Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're discussing a terrifying and miraculous incident that occurred recently at Toronto Pearson Airport. On Monday afternoon, February 17th, a Delta Airlines regional jet crashed on the runway, leaving 18 people injured and the world in shock. We're going to break down what happened, the details of the crash and what we know so far. So let's dive into it. On February 17th, a Delta Airlines flight carrying 80 passengers from Minneapolis was approaching Toronto Pearson International Airport. What should have been a routine landing quickly turned into a nightmare. The plane hit the runway hard, flipping upside down as it skidded along the tarmac. Fire crews immediately rushed to the scene, as flames and thick black smoke filled the air. Passengers, some of whom were left hanging upside down in their seats by their seatbelts, immediately began to evacuate the plane. Despite the horrifying scene, most managed to get out safely. However, 18 people were injured, 3 of them critically. It's truly a miracle that no one lost their life. Passenger accounts of the crash describe a terrifying ordeal. One passenger, Peter Carlson, a paramedic, shared his experience from inside the wrecked plane. He recalled being smacked into a wall as the plane slid uncontrollably before coming to a stop. Suspended upside down by his seatbelt, he quickly checked on himself and began tending to other injured passengers. Carlson managed to send a quick text to his wife saying, "I love you and I love our kids," before helping a little boy and a middle-aged woman with serious injuries. Moments after, he and the other passengers escaped the wreckage. His recollection of the incident? It was like a strange dream. While passengers were evacuated, the scene was chaotic. The runway remained closed for over 2 hours, causing massive delays across the airport. Flights were diverted, and at least 46 planes had to be rerouted to different airports across Canada. Local authorities, including the Transportation Safety Board of Canada, have launched an investigation into the cause of the crash. While it's still unclear what caused the crash, weather conditions weren't a factor, as the runway was dry and there were no crosswinds at the time. The cause of the crash is still under investigation, and the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration has sent investigators to assist in the inquiry. The fact that there weren't more casualties is being described as nothing short of a miracle. Scott Hamilton, an aviation consultant, pointed out that the fact that the wings separated and the fuel spill did not create a conflagration is, in my opinion, a miracle. Normally, such a crash would result in a much larger fire, but fortunately, the plane's structure held up during the emergency landing. This was an incredibly rare event. While plane crashes are always tragic, the fact that so many survived this ordeal is something we can be grateful for. The crash has also left a significant mark on Pearson Airport's operations. With 2 of the airport's 5 runways still closed, delays and cancellations are expected to continue for several days. It's been a tough time for travelers, especially with the recent snowstorm that already caused major delays across the airport. While the airport works to get back to normal, officials are doing everything they can to clear the backlog and ensure the safety of everyone flying into Toronto. The Delta Airlines crash at Toronto Pearson Airport serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictability of air travel and how quickly things can go wrong. But it also highlights the incredible bravery of the passengers, crew, and first responders who acted swiftly to save lives. Our thoughts are with the injured passengers and their families as the investigation continues. We'll be keeping an eye on this story and sharing updates as more information becomes available. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to stay informed on this and other news stories.